Hey everyone, Dillion, Team FOE PPG. Just got a sixth place finish with blue starter deck Vegito at the regional. Um, I did a deck profile on this before. There wasn't a top 8 one. There was a 35th place, or I can't remember if it was. No, I think it was 35th place. So didn't do as well last time. Part of the reason was I had a bunch of draws, so I didn't really lose. So I replayed the deck, revamped it up, made top 8, had one loss that was close. So this deck is good against the meta. Told my teammates going in that the one matchup I didn't want to see was hand destruction, because I have stuff for hand destruction on the side, but for best of one, I don't have it main boarded. So hand destruction can be rough best of one. I was just hoping I didn't see it, and my one loss was to a hand destruction deck. Very close game. We went to like turn 10. He played the 8 drop android dual attack, rip 4 cards from your hand. It was able to kill me. So bad matchup. I tried to dodge it, but every other match I won. I went 6-1. I beat all the meta decks. Beat Dark Brawler, beat King Vegeta. I just couldn't beat the Android 16 hand control. Good player, good deck, close game. It was just a matchup I didn't want to see, but finished 6th. Pretty happy with it. So leader awakens early when battle card unisons KO. Blue battle card unisons KO or release play by skill. You draw 2 and flip. So we get awaken turn 1. Backside, when one of your blue unisons battle cards KO by a skill, KO or release play by a skill, you untap an energy, draw a card, and activate battle. You pay 2 blue. Choose one of your unisons. Give a triple strike and 10k. Very relevant. I killed a lot of people with that today, and I read this to my opponents every round, and a bunch of them just still forgot that I could get the triple strike. So this one's the best blocker for the deck. This is what we want to see on turn 1. You play this 1-drop blocker. When it's KO'd, you untap an energy. So turn 1, you play this, you block, you untap your energy, you draw 2, and you awaken. So part of the reason I played this deck is King Vegeta, very, very good deck if you did not know. But awakening on turn 1 and playing some cards that we play make that matchup very winnable. And that was actually my round 1, and I was able to win that. This is one of the changes. I switched to U blocker. This unison is going to be the reason for that. Just blocker, 1 drop, and if it's played while you have a unison, you draw a card. Very good card, and it's especially good when you combo it with this Frieza and Cell unison. So ideally, your turn 1 play is to play Rhoda. Your turn 2 play is to do this. You play the Frieza Cell, +1, play the Oop for free, draw a card. They swing, they try to kill your unison, whatever, you block. This dies, leader triggers, you untap 1, draw 1. Now they're in a spot where it's really hard to kill your unison, and a lot of times this triggers even if one of your unison dies. So if you're sitting with like a blue unison in hand, and they swing into this 3-4 times to kill it, you untap, draw, and then just play the blue unison anyway, and you're still probably at 7-8 life, and you're very hard to kill. Has Rejuvenate. I didn't trigger that today. I did trigger that when I won the Sword Championship with this recently. Didn't trigger the Rejuvenate today though, but it is relevant. Can knock 4 markers off, pitch 1 underneath, and gain a life. The auto, when you bounce a battle card to hand, we never trigger that. If you do, you bounce a battle card to hand, draw 1 discard. Boo, this is what I needed to see in that hand destruction matchup, so this is the only main board card I have that helps me, and I didn't see it till like turn 8 or 9. If I see this on 4, that matchup's winnable. It's still really tough, but if I don't see this, I'm in bad shape, because it lets you draw once per turn. So it's double strike blocker, once per turn +0, draw a card at the end of the turn, you untap this and untap an energy. So as long as this is in play, you're never going to tap out. And same with this, they kill one of your things, you untap. So as long as you have a blocker, you have this blue unison, you're never going to be tapped out, which is really nice. And then the -1 is when they swing with a battle card, you bottom deck battle card. Doesn't ignore barrier though. Once you establish that and you're still sitting at like 7-8 life, you're extremely hard to kill. For best of one, I really like God Sealing technique. Um, Probably the best counterplay in the game. As long as you have a blue unison with 2 or more markers on it, you discard this from your hand, bounce a battle card back to your opponent's hand instead of being played. A lot of kill cards, a lot of big bodies. Um, the Android 18 mill deck. A lot of decks that just God Sealing stops their kill cards. So I really like to play blue in best of one just because having access to that card feels really good. 2-2 split on the super combos. The reason is I win a lot of games without even getting to 4 life. So I was finding, as much as I like this super combo, this is better versus aggro, this is better versus control. I was finding that I was killing some people before I ever got to 4 life, so this super combo is dead. That's where Zeno comes in and gives you the 10k body when you're not awakened. Also with the Freezer Unison, we can play this for free. So it's just another 1-drop target we can play for free to draw a card. And if we don't awaken, we can use this. It's also good for cycling our Galactic Busters, which I'm coming up on that. For Sensu Bean, we're going to play the Bojack package. We play a lot of 1k combos, 1-cost combo cards. So we need the Bean to untap. It's also very good against, say, like King Vegito. So what that deck's going to do, if you haven't played against it yet, it's going to swing at you with a gajillion 15Ks, turn 1, turn 2, have you dead before you get to 3 energy. If you could survive, that that deck is very killable if you survive past turn 2, turn 3. The problem is getting there. So with this deck, if I awaken turn 1, it doesn't matter. They have 20 battle cards, all 15k, right? You beat into 20k. Now, it doesn't matter how many 15Ks they're swinging with. If they're comboing up, they're not going to out-advantage you, and they're not going to. For Galactic Busters, this is probably the card that made me want to start playing blue. Very good. Activate battle. You use a card with 1-cost combo from your energy. Mono blue. Draw a card. Put this in your energy inactive. And then at the end of the battle, you have to tap an energy. But we play cards where we're going to try to use that energy before it gets tapped, so we always get maximum value. One thing people forget all the time, especially when I'm going in, is you can use this on offense, and you still combo with the card and draw the card. You just don't you don't get to put this in your energy. So basically, you're losing an energy if you do it that way. Still very good though. And with Zeno, this goes into your energy. A lot of times, you Galactic Buster, and the next turn you combo Zeno, pick Galactic Buster up, put another Bojack 1-cost combo card into your energy, and then Galactic Buster again. Very good. Very hard to get through. This one is a 20k dual attack. When it's played, you bottom deck one of your opponent's battle cards. So it's a 1-cost combo card, and if you combo with this card, at the end of the battle, you can pay 2 to play it, and then you bottom deck one of your opponent's cards. So with Galactic Buster, really, if this is in rest and you have another blue up, you play a Galactic Buster and you play this. Essentially 1 energy. Very good. It's your board clear. Great card. So we played 2 of the 8-drop. A lot of people told me to up my 1-cost combo card count. But I'll tell you, I played this in the store championship. I got first in that. Played it today, went 6-1. I never felt like I needed more. So this one, when you combo with it, it's dual attack, double strike. You can tap 4, play in rest mode, draw a card, bottom deck one of your opponent's battle cards, and then when they swing at you while this is in rest mode, you untap one of your energy and tap down one of theirs. Won me a game today. Very good. Even if they counter it, you still get the effect to draw a card and bottom deck one of your opponent's cards. It's one of our finishers in the deck. This one as well. 8 counter or counterplay. If you counterplay, battle card 7 or less goes to back to the owner's hand instead of being played. You can also counter, and then auto when this card is played. Bottom deck one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and draw a card. So, especially in like blue or other control matchups. Late game, we're going to just be setting up like weenies, like these guys, and then we're going to fill up the board, and then we're going to go in, and if they counter us, they topo, they try to negate, we counter, and then we go in for game. So this really facilitates our late game push, especially in more of a control matchup. This card, I wanted to put more in, but best of one, you just have to tech properly. 2 felt great. You don't want to see too many because black, you can't charge it. It doesn't have combo power. But you negate, you pitch a card from your hand, and then when your opponent swings to a battle card for the rest of the turn, you get plus 5k to your leader, and it stacks, so it's not just once. This helps you versus King Vegeta as well. Same thing, you awaken turn 1, you play Protector of the People. Let's say 20, 15k battle cards. Well, it doesn't matter because every time they swing one, you're getting plus 5, and if they're comboing up over it, they're just going to neg, and they're not going to get over your combo power with this deck. So basically, in that matchup, you see Protector of the People, you see Beam, you're going to be fine. This is really just in there for Dark Broly. I only saw Dark Broly once today, and I was pretty lucky, saw both of these in my hand. You want to see this card, if you have a Unison in play, it comes out for 1, normally it's 3 costs, counterattack and negates the attack, and then for the rest of the turn, if your opponent swings for something cost greater than their energy, they bottom take 2 cards from their hand. So in the Dark Broly matchup, especially with our Unison doing triple strike, and then we're playing the Bojacks to bottom deck, we're going to kill them on the crackback around turns 3, turn 4. They won't be able to deal with it. So really, you just need like 1, maybe 2 of these just to stall you that 1 or 2 extra turns, and then you're fine. 2's fine, and then I board the other 2 in best of 3. 1 Jiren. This one counterplays. Your opponent can't add cards from your hand to your deck for the rest of the turn. You draw a card. This is in there for blue matchups. This actually used to be 17 turn in the Tide, but in the last regional, the one time I played the turn in the Tide, they played the Jiren on me, so that card makes you both shuffle your hands back into your deck. But if they Jiren it, then just the player playing the turning Tide shuffles their hand in. So I figured instead of playing the turning the Tide, which you would want to play in that matchup, any deck can just main deck Jiren. It's a black card, so it could go in any deck. Turning the Tide, I just feel like it's too risky. You run into a Jiren, you almost auto lose the game. So instead, I'd rather just play the Jiren. And it wasn't bad. I actually played it. I never played against the Turning the Tide today, but in different matchups, I just played this to counter and draw and just have a 2-drop 15k. So worst case scenario, you just do that. There were times where I knew my opponent couldn't attack anymore, so I was just like, I'll just counter and draw. This is one of my favorite cards. I mained it at 4 in the last regional. Kind of missed it. It's a 1-drop, you draw a card, and during your turn, when your opponent plays a battle card, they bottom deck a card from their hand. It is not once per turn, and it can stack. So if you have both of these in play, they arrival, they bottom deck 2 cards from their hand. And it's not once per turn, they arrival twice, they bottom deck 4. And it's even better because you play it for free off of this. So you +1, play it, draw a card, they kill it, you draw another card. Super value, good against a lot of the meta. Any decks that are rival or plays battle card negates, they have to get around that. And then if they kill it, you still don't care because you just drew 2 off of it. So you're fine either way. We have the beams. Like I said, we're never really tapped out. Blue Unison untaps for energy, leader untap energy. So Unbreakable Sun Goku lets us utilize that extra energy we'll have. Sometimes when you Galactic Buster, you don't have the Bojack play, so you just have an energy up that's about to be tapped. So sometimes you use this Unbreakable Goku combo, 10k combo, draw a card, just to utilize that last energy. We usually have a lot untapped, and these plus the super combos make it very hard for our opponent to out combo us when they go for game. A lot of times they go all in and they just come up short. 1 Kami. Draw a card, deflect, pay 2. It's if your opponent has 4 or more battle cards in play. Choose all of your and your opponent's battle cards, cost 4 or less to go in barrier, and KO them. So this is really good versus King Piccolo. It's also really good versus King Vegeta. Basically, you survive till turn 3, they're going to have a huge board, and if you survive until turn 3 and then Kami with like a Galactic Buster and a Beam to untap, you probably win the game there. There's not much they can do outside of that. I was playing 4 Unbreakable Sun Goku, but I decided to go with 1 Ultra Instinct Goku Kamehameha just because it's on color so we can charge it. Gives 15k when you're swinging. As an attacker, you give a battle card or leader 15k and draw a card. And on the defense, it untaps 1 energy. So I was playing the 4 Unbreakable. I like Unbreakable better in most scenarios because most of the time you're comboing defensively. But when you're pushing offensively, this extra draw is really good. And then the thing is, if we don't have beams to untap, 4 Unbreakable Goku can be cloggy, but this untaps. So you could do this, untap the energy, and then Unbreakable Goku and draw a card, and you have a 25k combo right there. And that's not counting any super combos. So we went 3 Unbreakable on one of those. And then here's our 2 big cards. I love this card in the deck. Wins me a lot of games. I worked a lot of unisons today. Kai, activate battle when your opponent has 3 more energy, pay 1, play it, and then activate, and then your opponent can't swing with unisons or leader. That helped me versus Vegito today. He swung with a battle card first. I played this. He couldn't swing with leader or unison. And then activate main, you pay 1, warp all your opponent's battle cards in unison, not ignoring barrier, and you remove from the game. This is really good because in blue decks, pretty much everybody expects you to be on Baby Hatch. Baby Hatch is amazing. Arguably the best SCR in the game. Super good, but just the surprise factor of the Kai, people don't expect it. And I like a card that just says warp a unison. Unisons get really obnoxious, super good. So I'm a big fan of this one. I don't own Baby Hatch, but even if I did, I would probably just stick with Kai. And the last but not least, 10-drop food. This one wins a lot of games. Any deck where you're going to see 6 energy consistently, which this deck does, I think you have to play 10-drop food. It shuts off all your opponent's effects until the end of their next turn, except leader skills. And it's 30k double strike for 6 and 10 cards in your drop. So, you know, obviously you don't play this in an aggro deck. There were times where I just used this as combo because I didn't think I was going to get till turn 6. But any kind of mid-range control matchup, you're probably going to get to C6 energy, and then you play this card. The only thing is you got to be careful around God Sealing technique, bounce it back to their hand before it comes into play. And if you're playing against another deck that you think runs this, you make sure you have your God Sealing technique live to bounce their food. But this card wins games. It's pretty much your second secret rare. Very good. Won me a few today. There's the deck. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions about the deck, want to ask me, feel free to just shoot me a message and check back for more content from us soon.